I'm going to give people a couple minutes because it's a little hard to find. Welcome. You are in the right. Are you a judge? No. The what? You want to go back that way, right, and then up the little short stairs through the doors. All right. Excuse me. If there's any judges that come up that are looking for the judges orientation.
There are people looking for judges.
The judging orientation is happening in there.
So people looking for judge, I can point over there.
Yeah, people that come up and they're looking for the Biddle Palace,
Yeah.
it's in there.
Oh, right there?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
If anyone comes looking that's a judge, tell them to come in here.
Here? Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Ugh. Well, good morning. There's only some of you here, but this is okay. I'm gonna have to recreate a video and share it with everybody else. But thank you for coming. So the intention of this is just to tell you a little bit about what judging will look like tomorrow as track judges, as well as go through BUIDLBox, which is the platform that we're utilizing for, good morning, that we're utilizing for all of track judging for this year. So James will come up here in a moment and demonstrate how BUIDLBox works. So community judging or track judging is kind of the, you are responsible for judging an individual track where biddlers are presenting and they're basically all the projects that they've been working on for the last 9 days. So we opened up on February 24th at 10 a.m. and then they've been biddling for the last 9 days, and then they have until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning to complete their project and submit it to BUIDLBox. At 8 a.m., the judging team, we are going to review everything and then create a schedule, and then each team will be presenting on an individual track stage, one of which you guys have been assigned to. So probably about an hour and a half ago, the marketing team should have sent out an email. In that email, it would have included a direct link to the spreadsheet that includes your name and then which track you're going to be judging. And so you'll be assigned to that individual track stage, and then every single team that has submitted a project will end up presenting on that stage. So you'll basically see every single project for that individual stage. You'll be judging based off of a set of criteria, and we'll go over that criteria here in a moment. So judging from a community perspective, we've classified these into 4 different classes. So we have technical, business, investment, and professional, and then artist, designer / UX. Good morning. So each team of the 5 different tracks basically is consumed of about 15 to 20 different people, and those 15 to 20 different people have different skill sets. So some people on there are technically inclined, some of them are business, some of them are UI UX, and some of them are investment. So the overall goal is to have a good idea of being able to represent an overall project to success. So there's 5 different tracks that we have for this year. We have DAOs and community, NFT gaming and metaverse, DeFi or decentralized finance, impact and public goods, and then the infrastructure and scalability track. So as far as team guidelines go, each team will consume of 2 to 4 people. no pre-existing projects are going to be qualified for prizes, and Eat Denver is a live event only. So that means that every single person that's participating in the presentation has to be physically present in Denver and a part of the team on the stage. Now, one person might only be presenting, but the entire team will be there. So anyone that is presenting in front of you, basically, you guys will have the luxury of knowing that they're a team that has qualified. So for this year, we have changed the duration of a presentation to 1 minute and 30 seconds. We're expecting quite a lot of teams to submit, and so 1 minute and 30 is the time that we're going for. After 1 minute and 30, we're going to allow the technical judges to be able to ask questions to the teams if they feel like there's a question that you guys want to ask to get further information to be able to assess better as you're picking and judging the projects. So the track criteria for this year is best for blockchain. How much does this project improve the blockchain ecosystem? What's best user experience? How easy is it for experts and amateurs to use the product or service? Best for engineering. How impressive is the technical implementation? How well is it engineered? What's the highest wow factor? So did the project get you excited? We'll sending you everything. Yeah. And then most innovative, so how original, creative, novel, and useful is the project. So that's how you guys are to judge using your unique skill set. And then if you are assigned to the impact and public goods track, there's additional criteria that we have that was created by Griff. So in addition to those 5, if you're on the impact and public goods track, these are 3 additional things that we're looking for. So most impact. How much of an impact does the project make on the UN Sustainable Development Goals? Obviously, open source is not impact in this context. Most sustainable, is it regenerative solution? How easy is it to keep this initiative going? Is this a one and done, or can it keep giving? And then the best use of crypto, does Web3 add significant practical value to the solution, or just add to those additional bounties? So if you are in that track, you'll have 8 things that you'll be going based off of. If you're not in the impact track, then you'll just have the 5 individual things that you're looking for. So what does judging look like? So the first round, which is community judging, which is what you amazing people are doing, they'll be presenting to an individual stage. They'll have 1 minute and 30 seconds to present, and then there'll be a minute left over for the technical judges to ask questions on the tech. After that, you guys will get together as an individual team, and then you'll be collectively picking 3 to 4 projects that you would like to see presented on the main stage. And depending on how many projects are actually submitted, it could end up being that there might be 4 projects from one track and 3 from the other. But what we're hoping for is 3 individual projects that are submitted per track. So collectively, as a judging body of an individual track, you guys will pick 3, and then those 3 will end up being presented on the main stage. All right. So, there we go. All right. Before James goes up, do you have any questions about anything? And I'm going to move closer because it's very hard to hear in here.
Hey, for individual tracks for the main sponsors versus the one, just like the whole thing, is it community voting on all of them, or do we focus on one particular sponsor track?
So tracks and sponsors are totally different things.
Okay.
So sponsor bounties are judged by the sponsor's judges. Track judges are represented by people within the community that are responsible for judging the overall track of the project. So there will be in this case, let's say that we have 500 projects that are submitted. And let's just say that 100 of them are going to say NFT and gaming. The judges will see all 100 of those submissions on the NFT track, and they'll be judging each project off of those 5 criteria. And at the very end, they'll pick 3 of them that they collectively want to send to the main stage.
So there's 100 projects in one track.
As an example, yeah.
And
It could be more.
And then we pick 3?
And then you pick 3 out of all
100. And they have a minute each.
Right, but each of you will have received an invitation to BUIDLBox. And in BUIDLBox, what James is about to show is that it has sliders for each of the criteria. So you'll just criteria slide, figuring out how does this match
Gotcha.
what you think.
And
And then it aggregates all the data, and then it gives averages, and then you'll have the ability to then collectively see and then choose.
All right, 3 questions. So the first and second is, where do I show up tomorrow? And the second is, how will I know which the stage is mine? So I understand my track, which from the Excel, but there is no connection of the track and the stage.
Right. So in the expo, there are 5 different stages. So if you look at the map, there's actually it will tell you where the different stages are. So every single track is represented by a stage.
Yeah, but there is no link between the impact and public goods and the stage name. How do I know which stage to show up at?
So they should all say, like, one will say like regenerative, which is like impact and public goods track. They will say like metaverse land, which is NFT, metaverse and gaming. That's that track. There's a DeFi track, which is obviously decentralized finance. There's all sorts of different ones.
Okay. If you could put what you said in the Excel, that would be perfect.
Great, I'll do that, 100%.
Okay. And the last question is, being a judge helps immensely to get an O1 visa to the USA. So will there be any like public documentation, marketing, blog posts, or anything that show up our names?
Yeah, everything should already be on the website. And then that's like what we currently do. But if you need something more, like sometimes there's different judges that need things for visas where they need a letter. We're more than happy to write those letters.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
And then yeah, just as another question, can you at some point review the full schedule for tomorrow?
Yeah, so the schedule for tomorrow is, so check in between 9 to 9:30 at the impact and public goods track, which is right at the very beginning. So right when you walk in through the registration, that first stage on the left is impact. And so check-in will be between 9 to 9:30. At 9:30, I'll kind of give like a quick little introduction welcome. And then at about 9:45, the volunteers that are assisting will help guide you guys to the correct stage. And then you'll have chairs all set up and ready to go. And then the presentations will start at 10 a.m. and then they'll go figuratively till 2 p.m. 10 to 2. After 2 p.m., in the off chance that like there's an insane amount of projects and we can't spread them enough across all 8 stages, then we might have to have some presentations still going until like 2:30. But the goal is at 3 p.m. is when we transition to the main stage, which is when the closing ceremonies begin. So the real goal is that between 2 to 3 is the point in which you as a collective like pod are deciding what 3 projects you want to send to the stage. Yeah. So it really is going to depend on how many projects are submitted. So last year, as an example, we had 9 tracks last year, which was a little insane. And there were some tracks that only had 3 projects that submitted to it. So it became this really bad experience to where there were other tracks like infrastructure and scalability had 200 projects submitted. So we ended up having to shift things around to where there was only like 1 project submitted from space in the new frontier, whereas infrastructure ended up having 6. So it's going to be, we'll kind of fluctuate based off of where we are, but we'll 100% tell you guys up front, like this is how many projects are in each track.
Yeah. Whoa. I missed the 10 a.m. session. Is
Yep.
that recorded?
We're gonna record something for sure.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of people that weren't here, just kind of so.
Will those recordings be available today or?
Yeah.
Okay. How do I access them?
Shoot me an email at jlee@ethdenver.
Can you say that I'm actually recording you right now?
Got it. JLEE@ethdenver.com.
Okay.
Just shoot me an email. I'll send
Yeah,
it to
because
you.
a lot of the questions probably could have been answered already that I have. But I did hear something about an Excel sheet. How do I get access to that?
So
Will
the
that-
Excel sheet is for track judges. So each
Okay.
track judge is assigned a specific track that they're judging.
Okay.
Whereas sponsor bounties are responsible for judging all the bounties that are submitted to that company.
Okay. So did anyone ask the question about submission? How, the format is expected to be, like, PowerPoint, live demo,
Yeah,
recordings.
So each team that's submitting a project to BUIDLBox has the name of the project, it has a description of the project, has what bounties they've submitted to,
Okay.
what track title is. They'll upload a video. That video will vary in size. We don't recommend anything longer than 3 minutes because it gets too long. And then details about their project.
Details as in a PowerPoint presentation?
Could be
or-
a PowerPoint. It could also be additional things like what was their experience. So we've been encouraging them to document their experience to kind of demonstrate to sponsors as well as to other people that are reviewing like what their process was.
Okay, so kind of like a blog format?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
How many people will do that?
Okay, so
Experiment.
the video, do you want like a screen recording of a demo of the application, or do you want like a video like of our team presenting it, all four of us
Are
together?
you a bidler or are you a sponsor?
I am a bidler.
Got it. Okay, so I thought you were a sponsor. So
I wish.
we can have another conversation at another time. This specifically right now is specifically for track judges.
I'm sorry. Well, I'll just hand over the mic then.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, once we're told that if we're on the spreadsheet for track judging,
Yep.
then we're judging the track and not the bounties.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
These fans are really loud.
It's important, otherwise we die.
Do you
So we got confused too because we're builders as well.
have okay.
But I guess my question was, actually he asked a lot of them, but so I got a little freaked out.
So I think if you're a bidler and you have specific questions.
No.
Okay.
I mean, well, yeah, but we can talk later then.
Yeah, thank you. Cool. Great. What I'll do now is we'll have James come up and just demonstrate how BUIDLBox works from a judging thing. You should have received an email from BUIDLBox to join. That will be important. So if you look at your email, that will be in there. And then I'll give it to James.
Okay, cool. This normally takes like 30 seconds to kind of come up. So, hey guys, my name's James. I'm one of the devs at BUIDLBox. I guess just a bit of housekeeping first. If you have not received an email for an invite to judging from BUIDLBox, please let me know. And we'll be at this desk right out here. I'm going to be there all day today and all day tomorrow. So if you've not received an invite, yeah, just come let me know and I'll get you sorted out. And just as soon as this works. Oh. Yeah, cool. Okay. So once you've created your BUIDLBox account, you'll kind of land on this page here. You'll be able to accept the invite to ETH Denver judging in your invite section. So once you'll have to go, you'll receive an email. It'll say, oh, you need to create a BUIDLBox account. You'll come in, create your account, and then just accept the invite here. And then once you've accepted the invite, you'll get this extra tab on the side menu here that says judging. You'll come in here. You will select the hackathon that you want to do judging on. And then this is where your aggregation of projects will be based off of which track you are actually judging. So all of the projects will be mapped to somewhere in this room as a table. So you'll have a full list here, project name to table A22. You'll just come in. You'll be able to come in, see the project. This will where all of their information will be. You'll be able to scroll down here. You see their video, the demo link that they have, a link to their work, a long description. You can see the challenges that they will have applied for, their team members, the milestones if you're interested, and then it'll come to the actual judging itself. So here we'll have the list of bounties that they're applying for. Because you guys are going to be judging the tracks, there'll only be one thing in this for you to do. You'll be able to come in here, you'll see the name of the track that they've applied for, the description, and then this one's really important. It will be their reason for applying, how their project actually satisfies the criteria for applying for this track. So if it's a public good, it should say something along the lines of how this project aligns with being a public good. And then here we'll have the criteria that Jason will have set, and then you just will slide the actual, give your score. You'll be able to leave feedback as well. Your feedback is entirely anonymous. If you want to say who you are, you can just write it into the message box and let them know if they want to reach out to you. And then you'll just click submit to the submit your judging. When you have nothing else to judge, it'll take you back to the judging section. You can come in here and you'll just continue the process like that there. Yeah, and then after that, there will be, once the projects have been judged and the judging is finished, you will see an aggregated list of all of the scores of the projects with the average score for the criteria. So it'll be the leaderboard of the project. So then after that, you can meet up and kind of come together and decide what your top 3 or 4 projects will be. So we will aggregate all of the data based off of your judging scores, and then it'll say first prize had an average score of 98 based off of the criteria. Second project had an average score of 90, and so on. And then yeah, you will just be able to meet up with Jason and let him know what projects you want to choose for actually doing the presentation. And that's pretty much it. If you have any technical issues over the next day, we're at the front. I'll be here all the time. So yeah, just look out for me. Cool. And we want to do questions?
Hey, so what is the difference between watching the video here and the live presentations tomorrow? Should we like watch this ahead or?
So I think you should, I think you're just going to pitch in person, right? You can watch it if you want to.
All judging is in person. So the video, again, I think this was unfortunately some confusion, is that the bidlers are submitting videos that are primarily there for sponsors. So, but as far as a track judge, you are just judging based off of what is actually presented in person.
Do you guys have a sense how many projects are in each track already? Oh, do you guys have a sense of how many projects are in each track already?
We have no idea until tomorrow because of the internet blowing up yesterday. Everyone kind of went to their hotel rooms, so I don't know how many people are actually
That's really funny. Okay.
We're running a report with BUIDLBox to try to see how many people have actually submitted. And then we're going to be making a broadcast announcements throughout the building because they enabled a PA, so I can now talk to people. So
Yeah. At the submission deadline, we'll release the numbers of how many projects we have for each track.
So the realistic, like, so if I, so based off of like applications in years past, we have like, we had 7,500 people say that they were coming to Eat Denver this year to Biddle. Of those 7,500 people that said that they were coming to Biddle, 2,800 of them have checked in. So if 2,800 have checked in, now can't have 2,800 people submit. Like, you have to have a minimum of 2. So there's at least 1,400 people that say that they're here to Biddle. So if that becomes the case, that turns into that like 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. scenario. If it goes any higher than that, then, you know, it can go to the 12 to 2, or the 10 to 2, sorry. So, and each track is different. So it's like some tracks end up having more people. It just depends on what the space is. Like if I look at this from like just an attendance perspective this year, a lot more people are interested this year in infrastructure and scalability than they are necessarily in NFT and gaming. So it's kind of see where we go. So.
Hey, do we have anything to do with the judging on the main stage, or is it once we do the track judging, then we're done?
Yeah, so the community judging aspect is really about getting a large group of people to be able to review all the different projects, and then from there, those teams pick the 3 or 4, and then there's there's 5 celebrity judges that John and the team pick, and then those people are the ones that basically hear all the projects that you guys submitted, and then from there, those people basically get some form of like recognition, and then they participate in a track prize pool.
Sounds good, thanks.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Who are the celebrity judges?
They'll be announced on Sunday.
Elon Musk.
No. No, I don't think he's coming this year. Do you have a last question?
It's just another location. It's right down here, and we're all gonna get together. And it's not in here. It's where is it exactly?
So when you walk in the door, when you come in on tomorrow morning, when you come in the door from registration, that first stage on the left is the impact and public goods track stage, and that's where we'll be meeting. And then you'll have volunteers that will take you to your individual stage.
Got you. Okay. There's okay.
So in most cases, like if we have, say that we have 2,000 bidlers submit projects, and we have an average of 3 of them per team, which tends to be the average. That means that we will have to activate all 8 stages. So right now we're only activating 5, but if we have more, then we have to activate 8. So that means that some people might be in this stage, some people might be on the bunny slope stage on the 3rd floor, some might be on, I forget what the other one is. But there's 8 stages here.
How do we? So these 8 stages, we all go to our own different stages, and
You'll be taken by a volunteer to the stage that you need to be at.
got you. And there's just been some like mix-in with who is a judge versus who couldn't be a judge anymore. I had to personally replace 2 for 1. Where do I go to you for any of?
Actually, well, you should be able to like change the judges, like. Yeah, we're able to change the judges as admins of the hackathon. So if you just send me the emails, or just after this, come up and I can send new emails out. That's no problem. And if anyone else has that issue, yeah, just come to me if you need to change judges on your challenge.
In case people left.
Yeah. Actually, if you have your BUIDLBox account, are you the admin of the sponsor on BUIDLBox?
I am. I had to. I don't know. There was 3 judges for B&B, and then they wanted me to judge the whole thing also. So.
Okay. You can go on to BUIDLBox and log in to ETH Denver, where you created your challenges, and assign judges. But if I can show you straight after this, there's no problem. Cool.
Wow, that's annoying.
When we're on the stages, they're coming to us to get judged?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so every single team that submits a project will be given a time slot to come pitch. Hello.
Yeah, so for the pitches, are we only allowed to pitch what we've actually built, or can we pitch like the future of what this will turn into and like the vision?
Are you a bidler?
Yeah.
Well, can we talk after?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
This is just a me question, but I don't have a badge, but
You don't have a badge yet?
yeah.
How'd you get in?
I just walked and they let me in.
Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, we'll get you a badge.
Okay, thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. So every single person that's a contributor will have like a contributor badge. And it's just basically a badge credential. So it has to do with like the security system. Any other questions? Well, I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good, man.
It's gonna be great, guys. Well,
I
thank
mean,
you very much.
I mean,
Cheers.
Like the cool thing is like last year, like there's at least 6 teams that competed last year that are now sponsoring ETH Denver. So you got like Human Finance, who did a bunch of bounties. I mean, 1inch also came out of ETH Denver early on. So there's a lot of different teams here. So it's fun. But cool. I appreciate all you guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, and have fun.